Run it. Yeah.
As long as he continues to fight MMA guys and YouTubers, he's gonna continue to look good and shine. But once he fights a real fighter, a real fighter that can really fight, it's not gonna be that good.
Happen is that if Manny Pacquiao is really considering of coming back to professional boxing, I think that would be a good measurement and sign and a marketing for him.
Insiders say that unbeaten boxing hero Floyd Mayweather Jr. went to see Filipino icon Manny Pacquiao at his training camp in Los Angeles as he got ready for his much-anticipated comeback fight against Mario Barrios. This unexpected meeting between two of boxing's most famous figures has shocked the sports world and started a conversation about how their old rivalry has changed and how they now respect each other. Floyd Mayweather's rumored visit to Manny Pacquiao's training camp is more than simply a chance encounter. It represents the complicated connection between two of the finest fighters of their time. Their feud reached a peak in 2015 with the fight of the century, which lived up to the hype and will go down in boxing history forever. Between the two fighters have gone different ways since then. Mayweather is turning into a successful promoter, with occasional exhibition contests, while Pacquiao has focused on his political career and humanitarian efforts. Nonetheless, their shared past and mutual respect have always existed beneath the surface.
You fought against Manny Pacquiao, you fought against Floyd Mayweather. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the hardest puncher, what would you rate both fighters?
We all know that Mayweather is not known for a big punch. It stings, it stings, yes. I would have to say they're about the same. It's funny because I didn't feel Pacquiao's punch. I didn't do anything to me, so I didn't really feel his punch. He punched the same. The only difference is that Pacquiao has the ability to really maybe knock you out, but he's got to land that perfect punch. And Pacquiao's more of a, he doesn't have that good timing like Mayweather.
What about speed?
Speed, it's different. It's different speed because Mayweather is a guy who for one fast shot, boom. Pacquiao he'll throw 4, 5, 6, 7 punches and fast. I think both guys might be the same. I would have to go with Pacquiao.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao have been fighting for 10 years. Their feud is one of the most important and profitable in boxing history. The big fight between them in 2015 was the end of years of waiting, negotiating, and public demand. The first talks about a fight started in 2009, when both boxers were at the top of their games. However, problems with testing rules and worries about how to promote the fight meant that it had to be put off for several years.
Any version of Mayweather would have always beaten Pacquiao, in my opinion. I think Mayweather would have always done what's necessary for Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao had a greater career, but I think Mayweather's a better fighter. And I think Mayweather had the right things for somebody like Pacquiao. I mean, he had the right one-punch speed. He had the right IQ. He was bigger than Manny with longer arms. He had great feet. It's just a kryptonite for Manny Pacquiao. I personally thought so.
Manny Pacquiao spoke about that he shouldn't have.
Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah.
Because it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not going to say he's right and I'm not going to say he's wrong. But it's so crazy. When he spoke about it, I could have easily came out and said, yeah, you spoke about it. I ain't have to say nothing. Just by you saying my name, they gave me a check for $4 million. He said my name when he didn't supposed to. Remember I said it's a time and a place for any and everything.
The fighting career of Manny Pacquiao stands out as truly amazing. He has held the lineal championship in for weight classes: flyweight, featherweight, super featherweight, and super lightweight. He has won 12 major world titles over the course of his career. Pacquiao is the first fighter to have won world titles in for different decades. From the 1990s to the 2020s, many people have watched his fights, which have brought in more than $1.2 billion in pay-per-view sales over 25 events. This shows how famous and important he is in the sport.
Philippine boxing legend Manny Pacquiao leads ESPN's list of top 25 Asian athletes of the 21st century. The 8th Division World Boxing Champ bested the likes of Chinese basketball icon Yao Ming and Japanese baseball superstar Ichiro Suzuki, who finished second and third respectively. Completing the top 5 are Korean football star Song Hong-min and Japanese-American Naomi Osaka. Also making the list, the Philippines' first ever Olympic gold medal winner, weightlifter Heidelin Diaz, and the PBA's 7-time PBA MVP, Junmar Fajardo.
Pacquiao announced his retirement from boxing in September 2021 to give more time to his political career. He ran for president of the Philippines in the 2022 election, but was lost. Despite this setback, Pacquiao continued to be involved in a variety of ways, including serving as a senator and participating in numerous charity projects.
Your thoughts on Manny Pacquiao's retirement?
One of the greatest fighters we've ever seen. Never ran from anybody. Had completely respected the sport of boxing. Was an ultimate champion. And I have to tell you, one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet on the planet Earth. I mean, when people, I want to just say this real quick because I know we got to go because we got one more thing to discuss, Mark.
Yeah.
When people talk about Manny Pacquiao and they say stuff like, well, he's fighting for money. I would like y'all to know that there are people who line up in the streets of the Philippines just to come get some money from him. He's very charitable.
Oh, yeah.
That's why money was compromised, because he's a giver. He's a special dude. I'm gonna miss him.
However, Pacquiao has officially confirmed his return to the ring at the age of 46, over 4 years after retiring. He is set to meet WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios on July 19, 2025, at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas.
Manny Pacquiao vs. Mario Barrios is a done deal. Fight will either happen July 19th or July 26th in Las Vegas or San Antonio, and it's not going to be a pay-per-view. It's going to be free on Amazon Prime. Whew. We blast Jake Paul for these types of fights, and yet a current world champion and Mario Barrios is going to go after Manny Pacquiao. Listen, I get it. You get to share the ring with the legend of Manny Pacquiao, one of the greatest to all ever do it. But he's been retired now. He's already in the Hall of Fame. Manny Pacquiao did not look good in his previous exhibition he did last year either. Mario Barrios should easily run laps around Manny Pacquiao, destroy him. Why are we wasting time with this type of fight? It makes absolutely no sense to me. Listen, 147 welterweight. Me and Talani just got done talking about this in our interview. 147 is a historically great boxing division, and there is great talent in the division right now. But the problem is that guys don't want to fight each other. We don't want unifications. We don't want undisputed, and we're getting fights like Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. Why? This fight makes absolutely no sense. If this is even somewhat competitive, that is embarrassing on Mario Barrios' part. Why are we wasting time with this fight? Listen, Brian Norman Jr. should be fighting Boots Ennis, but he chose a decent alternative. Fighting Sasaki in Japan is fine. That's still two debatably top 5 fighters in the welterweight division fighting each other. I'm A-okay with that decision. Boots Ennis finally stepped up and he did the unification fight against Danny Onis. Great. Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios? Okay, if this was for a massive bag, I get it. But you're fighting for a non-pay-per-view event, so you're going to be fighting for free against a guy like Manny Pacquiao. Why? There are plenty of other fights to be making. But yet we're getting Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios. Is Manny Pacquiao even ready to fight in the ring? Why is he... I get he still loves the sport, but listen. You are an all-time great, a legend of the sport, a Hall of Famer. Why return? Why not just go pursue other things? If anything, do those little cheap expedition fights that you did last year, or those that are similar to that of what Floyd Mayweather keeps doing. Why is Manny Pacquiao doing a real legitimate fight? I get for its world championship, but against Mario Barrios. And why is Mario Barrios agreeing to this?
George Kambosos Jr. once had the chance to train with Manny Pacquiao, and he attributes those sessions with a major impact on his progress. He frequently discusses how he learned more than just punches. He learned attitude, discipline, and how to push his limits. According to Kambosos, Pacquiao's effect was not just physical. He showed him that boxing is a mental game as well as a physical one. Watching Pacquiao in training taught Kambosos how to blend speed, knowledge, and preparation into a well-rounded strategy.
Trained with Manny Pacquiao had to be a huge asset for you, because even though Bay was probably your biggest name opponent up until then, you know, you'd been, how many rounds had you done with Manny?
250 rounds over 3 world title campaigns.
So it started with the Jeff Horn fight?
It did, yeah. When Jeff got obviously the fight with Manny Pacquiao, I was in Los Angeles, and I was sparring his ex-sparring partners, Jose Ramirez and Ray Beltran. I was doing 5-on-5, and these guys are good fighters, former world champions. And Freddie come over and goes, you know, Manny's got the Jeff Horn fight. So yeah, I'm hearing about it. He goes, well, you're sparring his sparring partners. How would you like to go against your countrymen and help Manny prepare?
Mario Barrios, a 29-year-old American boxer from San Antonio, Texas, is currently the WBC welterweight champion. He won the title with a strong performance against Erdnis Ugas in September 2023, knocking him down twice and winning by unanimous decision with scores of 118-107 and 117-108. This win was a watershed moment in Barrios' career, propelling him to full champion status after Terence Crawford moved to the super welterweight division.
One time I interviewed your sister, and she told me when you were kids, she would do the best in sparring. She would get the best of you.
Oh, yeah. No, usually. I mean,
when did that change, Mario? When did that change?
He wasn't the only guy she got the best of in San Antonio. She got the best out of everybody, man. Shit. No, yeah, my sister's a beast, man. Like, she couldn't spar with other females a lot of times.
Unfair.
Yeah.
Mismatch.
She was, like, overwhelming, man. She was just naturally, you know, strong. And, so, yeah, most of the time, the smart partners, you know, they were dudes. But, I mean, I couldn't really even, like spar with her serious. I mean, until I was like 17 or 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
However, Mario Barrios is not taking Manny Pacquiao easily. Despite the age gap and experience advantage of his opponent, Barrios is fully focused and dedicated to preparing as if he's facing a version of Pacquiao from his prime years. His actions show a man who sees this bout as a defining moment in his career, and his training camp has been all business from the start.
Mentioned a lot of people are asking what's going on. Are the rumors true? Is it possibly Spence? Is it Pacquiao? Who is Mario Barrios sharing the ring with next?
You know what? He's put himself in a great position through hard work. You know, he's a tremendous story. When he turned pro and what he's been able to accomplish being a 2-time world champion. And I always told everybody, you know, he fights all comers. You know, when we fought Gervonta Davis, all my hats off to Gervonta Davis. You know, but it was very difficult for us to make the weight. We were going to move up in weight. They presented us, you know, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, you know, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Batirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, you know, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis.
Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios has sparked heated debate in the boxing business, with experts and fans alike giving varying perspectives. WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman has expressed strong support for the fight, noting Pacquiao's legendary status and the track record of past champions making successful full comebacks. Sulaiman said, "I like the idea very much. I believe Pacquiao is capable of beating or competing with any boxer. Today's endorsement shows the WBC's willingness to authorize the fight, acknowledging Pacquiao's continuing appeal and competitive spirit."
We have Sean Gibbons here, Manny Pacquiao's right-hand man, advisor, head of MP Promotions. Sean, I know you spent a lot of time with Manny Pacquiao over recent weeks and months. There's a lot of conversations about Manny's comeback. What is the latest that you could offer and the update around the potential matchup with Mario Barrios?
Well, the latest is Manny's fighting an exhibition on 28th in Japan. So, you don't want to really look past that. But if he's successful there, Mario Barrios. We've talked about Conor Benn, which I believe was a great fight. That would have been a tremendous fight. We could have done it in England. We could have done it in the U.S. We could have done it in Riyadh season. But the fact that he wasn't able to come off the suspension, that put the brakes on that. So that brought us to Mario Barrios. He's the WBC world champion. Manny's first belt ever many years ago was a WBC belt. So I think it would have been a great story.
Floyd Mayweather thinks Manny Pacquiao's return to the ring is motivated by financial gain, which is a frequent cause for retired boxers to undertake comebacks in professional boxing. Aging legends frequently seek one final huge payday, especially if they have not yet transitioned into a steady post-boxing job. Despite this, the speaker recognizes Pacquiao's continuing skill, saying that his game is still superior to many of today's top performances. Floyd Mayweather has long been known for his strong concentration on preserving his perfect record. This protective approach has occasionally led in heated debates, especially when discussing other fighters' greatness. For example, YouTuber Showbiz The Adult described an exchange in which Mayweather became defensive when it was suggested that Manny Pacquiao was greater than him. During this exchange, Mayweather allegedly accused Pacquiao using performance-enhancing chemicals, showing how concerned he is with his place in boxing history.
We go! Who's greater than me? I said, Sugar Ray Robinson. He said, Sugar Ray Robinson? How many wins he got? I said, he got like over 150 wins. He stopped for me. He said, but who got more championship titles? Me or him? I said, hold on, Floyd. He said, answer the question. I said, Floyd, there's more titles now than then. There was just one then. That's no fair. Answer the question. I said, okay, you. Do I not have 28 titles? And I was just like, I don't know. He said, oh, you're supposed to be the expert. But the reason why I said that is because there's minor and major titles. Who else greater than me? I said Henry Armstrong, Roberto Duran. He said, oh my God. He said, you said something about Pacquiao. Yeah, I said, I think you'll beat Pacquiao every day of the week, but I think he had a greater career. He said, you ain't think Pacquiao was on steroids? I said, he didn't fail any tests, Floyd. He said, look at me in my eyes. I said, I can't say, man, he didn't fail. He said, oh man, you fake. I saw that as a initiation. This is what you about to get. Nobody's greater than Floyd. My thing is, he should feel that way, but you can't expect everybody to feel that you're the greatest, Floyd.
Despite the uneven results of his exhibition fights, recent training video released in early 2025 has sparked renewed interest among boxing fans. The rumored films show Pacquiao with the same scorching hand speed, footwork, and punching power that marked his best years. Observers have noticed his excellent conditioning and quickness, prompting rumors of a return to professional boxing. Pacquiao's excellent physical shape, many critics believe that his return to the ring is needless and could harm his reputation as the only boxer to have won world titles, 8 different weight divisions. Pacquiao has nothing left to prove in the sport. His choice to face WBC welterweight champion Mario Barrios has aroused debate, with some considering it as a move motivated by nostalgia rather than necessity. Concerns have been made regarding the fairness of giving Pacquiao a title shot after a 4-year absence while ignoring younger active competitors. While his passion and past successes are obvious, it remains to be seen whether this comeback will elevate or detract from his illustrious career.
BC President Mauricio Suleiman has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins. 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Clotley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list.
Manny Pacquiao's choice to return to the ring at the age of 46 has been openly attacked by boxing pros like his promoter Frank Warren and broadcaster Simon Jordan. Warren called the move needless and unsatisfactory, asking the WBC's choice to put Pacquiao at number 5 despite his 4-year sabbatical from professional boxing and per exhibition performance in 2024. He questioned the integrity of Pacquiao's immediate championship chance against Mario Barrios, saying it diminishes the sport's reputation. Some boxing insiders have drawn parallels between Manny Pacquiao's forthcoming title fight and entertainment-driven bouts like Jake Paul vs. Mike Tyson. Despite the latter being widely considered as a spectacle, Pacquiao's fight has the weight of a world championship, raising questions about the sport's credibility. Critics argue that giving a 46-year-old former champion a championship shot after a 4-year layoff and a recent exhibition loss contradicts the merit-based system that boxing claims to follow. Furthermore, questions regarding Pacquiao's health and the intentions behind his comeback, whether competitive or commercial, add to the ongoing discussion. However, advocates note Pacquiao's outstanding conditioning and resolve, suggesting that his comeback might reignite interest in the sport and motivate both fans and aspiring boxers. They see his return not as a threat to his legacy, but as an extension of it, showing his unwavering commitment and resilience.
Champion Mario Barrios to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. And about 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But man, he's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. That didn't look good. This is a bad idea. A really bad idea. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. There were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going to get hurt badly.
Do you think Pacquiao's return improves or lowers his legacy? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.